Hello everyone, today we're going to roast an incredibly ridiculous and trashy anime, a brand new work by the author of The Stone of Evolution. I got superpowers in another world and am unmatched even in the real world. When this show first aired, it actually generated quite a bit of buzz. First, because the male lead's voice actor is the renowned Satoshi Matsuoka. Second, the character designs for the beautiful girls were unexpectedly attractive, especially the close-ups of their eyes, which were absolutely captivating. Combined with the rather flashy opening sequence, for a moment you might even think, wow, could this be a hidden gem? But very quickly, you'll realize that none of that is real. It's all just an illusion. The plot of this show is extremely simple. It tells the story of the male lead, who is bullied in all sorts of ways because he's ugly and overweight. His classmates treat him like a punching bag, his parents see him as a burden, and even his own younger siblings bully him all day long. Having lost all hope in life, the protagonist accidentally discovers a gateway to another world of meaning. Then, almost effortlessly, he crosses over, casually picks up a legendary artifact, and just as casually levels up to 100. After that, his body evolves and he becomes a super handsome guy. This follows the exact same formula as the Evolution Master trope, but just like the title says, with overwhelming power in another world, I am unmatched even in the real world. The core selling point is that after becoming super powerful in another world, he has to return to the real world for it to truly feel satisfying. And so, everyone in his original world is shocked. Wow, who is this super handsome guy? It just so happens that the girl the protagonist once helped is the daughter of the chairman of a super elite school. In front of everyone, she arranges for the protagonist to transfer to her school. The scene is exactly like those over-the-top Dragon King web novel ads. But what's funny about this film is that its plot is just so over the top. Let's break it down one by one. First of all, regarding the author's obsession with looks, maybe they think that the biggest selling point of the story is the transformation of a chubby guy into a handsome one, so they spend a huge amount of time repeatedly emphasizing just how good looking the male lead is now. As long as he walks down the street, there will always be a bunch of passers-by staring at him and whispering to each other. The key point is, this kind of scene happens in every single episode. Are you just doing daily quests or something? In episode 5, it even happens 3 times. And that's not even all. This trope where everyone who meets the male lead has to compliment how handsome he is literally everywhere. Go buy some clothes. Hey handsome, wanna hang out with Big Sis? Transfer to a new school? Wow, super handsome guy. Go to the cafeteria. Hey bro, your good looks are way too eye-catching. Girls' locker room. He's so handsome, like a prince. Boys' locker room. Darling, your whole body is just solid muscle. Seriously, does it ever end? And from this, there's even a super cringy scene where a film crew is shooting a magazine spread and the male model is late. The director just grabs the male lead he happens to see on the street and makes him the model because he's just that handsome. The director is extremely satisfied with the shoot and the female celebrity falls for him at first sight. Meanwhile, the original male model, the blonde guy, finally shows up. Then here's the main point. Right in front of everyone, the blonde guy starts sexually harassing the female celebrity and hitting the male lead. I know some people might ask, why does this blonde guy dare to hit someone in front of so many people? My take is, if you try to use your brain, you've already lost. Don't overthink it. This film basically sticks to one principle throughout. As long as it makes the male lead suffer, random inexplicable villains can show up anytime, anywhere. For example, as I mentioned earlier, the male lead's younger brother and sister are always bullying him, and when it comes to the female lead, they make the male lead go, but won't let them go themselves, so they hold a grudge. As a result, they gather a gang of delinquents and head straight to the girls' school to grab someone. Why are they able to get through the school gates? Why doesn't this prestigious private school have any security? Why do they dare to act so brazenly? Don't overthink it, don't overthink it. Everything is just set up for the male lead to show off. You see him leap from the 4th floor, instantly dash into the enemy ranks and start dominating the fight. First, he takes out the small fry, then the fat elite mob, and finally fights the boss on the motorcycle. After showing off in style, the police finally arrive, smart enough to round everyone up in one go. But do you think it ends here? Don't forget, the rule of anytime, anywhere is still in effect. The biker gang leader suddenly grabs Udo by the neck, furious. Damn it, it's all your fault. You made us come here to fight. He told you to do it, so you just did, and you already caught. Where are the police? Weren't you just standing there watching? That's right, the main character has to handle this too. He strides over with authority, gently comforting the boss. Udo's younger brother and sister are shocked. After everything we've done, why would you still save us? The main character replies, because in the end, we're still family.
Not quite right. He was actually in the middle of explaining himself before he was suddenly interrupted and stopped from finishing what he was saying.
Even his mom is convinced. He shows off constantly. Even in normal situations, he uses otherworldly powers just to get by. He teleports to block soccer goals, smashes ping pong tables, and wrecks volleyball courts. He even uses his abilities for fishing and claw machines. When his mom plays a game, he just sighs, "My luck stat is too high, I keep winning, I can't help it." And during all these events, you also have classmates on the side going, "Wow, he's so cool, he's so strong." And that's basically what makes up most of the plot in this film. Of course, if you say this movie is just a string of exaggerated praise and a boring play-by-play, that's a bit harsh. It does have a main idea, which is saving girls. The female lead gets harassed by some punks, I save her. A female celebrity gets bothered by a blonde guy, I save her. Biker gangs come to the school to cause trouble. Saving girls again. When a classmate is about to get hit by a ball, I do a bicycle kick to save her. When a friend is trapped in a fire, I smash through a building to save her. In another world, I meet a princess. I save her. I run into an assassin in another world. I save her too. If the assassin wants to kill the princess, no problem. I save them both equally. This film's obsession with saving girls is ingrained to the bone, and just like the above, it follows the rule of anytime, any place. For example, even during a simple spring outing, a bear suddenly appears just so the male lead can save the girl. This plot is bizarre. Why is there a bear here? And why is she so calm? Why does the school keep it as a god? Even weirder, the teacher attacked had just discussed bear attacks with the male lead. I suspect the lead raised this bear to eliminate rivals. While the designs are a saving grace, they can't hide the flaws. Aside from the beautiful eyes, the production cuts corners everywhere. From dialogue to fights, it's just static images sliding like a PowerPoint. Eventually, even the PowerPoint fails. A total disaster. In short, as the anime reached its later stages, the plot follows a simple path. The protagonist saves the princess, she falls for him, and she insists on taking him to meet the king. Suddenly, a loud noise erupts in the palace as the paragons make their entrance. Perhaps because I criticized the hero too harshly before, he now just goes on a total rampage against them. So it turns out these paragons are the prince's subordinates. Well then, why not hurry up and capture the rebels? So the prince was the mastermind behind everything. Because he was exiled from the royal family due to the Omen curse, he held a deep grudge and schemed to assassinate the princess and the king. What a tragedy this is. Then the male protagonist casually pulls out a god-tier potion and cures the prince's Omen curse. But even though the illness is cured, you still have to pay for the crime of treason you committed. However, the princess immediately declares, "Even though my brother tried to kill me, I forgive you because we are family." Ah, this daughter, but just now she also tried to kill me. So, your majesty, why don't you forgive her too? This. The key thing is, this prince gets into character really fast. In the very next scene, yes, literally the next scene, he's already standing next to the king, chatting intimately and whispering secrets together. Alright, so actually this prince isn't even the final villain of the film. The real boss of this season's anime is actually him, but just look at that face. Anyone could tell with their toes that he definitely isn't a bad guy. So after all these antics, of course, he easily wins over the white-haired loli. The grand finale of the film is that the white-haired girl casually transfers to the male lead's class in the real world, and the male lead just as casually tells the female lead, "Actually, I can travel to another world." The female lead just as casually responds, "Wow, really?" Emotionless. The two groups of harems casually recognize each other, and the king and prince casually mend their relationship. Even the blonde siblings who bullied the male lead are casually redeemed. Everyone just casually goes on to live a happy life. Warning, warning, don't overthink it, don't overthink it. As long as we can have a hot meal of dumplings, it's as good as celebrating the new year. That's it. Okay, so that's all for this video. After venting about everything, I really feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Walking even feels easier now. Watching this thing for 3 months was worth it just for this. This video is purely for entertainment. So just have a laugh and forget about it. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe or share it. Maybe we'll meet again.